Christopher Daniels was a big part of that video, but we couldn't have imagined he'd actually be here tonight.
I've been here all day. He wasn't here tonight. He's not anywhere.
And now the question is, and we're going to have to get some clarification on it later on, apparently this is a match to qualify Larry Sweeney to the Super Indy tournament. Does the same rule apply for the Fallen Angel?
I would imagine. I mean, if it's a Super Indy qualify, I mean, he doesn't deserve it. He hasn't wrestled in a year, but
if he earns it right here, he does.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you walk into a Super Indy qualifier?
Yes, Norm. Where'd Norm go?
I don't know. Norm is running about.
Absent.
He's running about with a frantic look on his face. Norm looks even more frantic than usual, and like justifiably so based on this night. But
collar and elbow tie up in the ring into an arm drag. A little bit of a ring rest on Christopher Daniels there.
Perhaps. Check out the garb on Larry Sweeney while we're at it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. Individual that flashy needs some flashy outfits.
Well, to say the least, Larry Sweeney is indeed flashy. Crowd comes alive for the Fallen Angel, former multiple-time TNA X Division champion, World Tag Team champion there as well. A man who's toured all over the world countless times. And Sweeney looks like he dropped the pressure on the inner thigh muscle of Daniels, which would make it legal.
And you'll notice Sweeney not too quick to tie back up with Christopher Daniels. Definitely going through a feeling out period here. When you just get dropped into a match like this, you have no chance to prepare. You really got to sort of take it slow. You got to figure out just exactly how you want to approach this.
A scoop slam, but Daniels pops right back up with a hip lock. Inverted atomic drop of his own, and Daniels mounts some offense, and Sweeney's on the outside.
Well, the one advantage Christopher Daniels has here is that unlike professional football, professional baseball, in pro wrestling, there is no cooling off period. There's no off season. Larry Sweeney wrestles week in and week out all around this country. Every guy you're going to see in the back wrestles week in and week out all around this country. Christopher Daniels has had a year to heal up. You're always wrestling hurt. Christopher Daniels looks to be in great shape. He's probably been working out for the rest of the year. He doesn't have the aches and pains that a normal wrestler has. He looks to be at the top of his form.
Absolutely. Daniels, I'm sure, would love to resume his career in TNA down the line if the opportunity presented itself. However, right now, it's all about Super Indy. Christopher Daniels was a part of the very first Super Indy tournament. I believe he made it all the way to the finals before losing to Super Hentai. He was in the second Super Indy tournament. He was in the third Super Indy tournament in a non-tournament matchup against AJ Styles, 2004 Match of the Year, and indeed he was also a participant in Super Indy number 4. So Christopher Daniels has a rich history in this company.
Probably pound for pound, the best wrestler currently working the independent circuits today.
Since he's apparently working them now.
Yeah.
Oh, it went right back to the top of that list.
You've been able to say that for about 5 minutes now.
Yeah.
And Daniels cinching in the armbar, controlling the body of Larry Sweeney and dictating the pace of this matchup. Daniels doesn't want to go too fast, too quickly in his first match back in who knows how long.
I feel bad for the guy who he knocked off the top of the list. Sorry, Van Hammer.
Pace quickens here, and Daniels a step ahead of the Sweeney leapfrog. And the two-time former Super Indy champion gets planted, springboard, Arabian moonsault into the lateral press for 2.5. A staple of Christopher Daniels' offense.
The thing about Christopher Daniels is when he talks about him being God's gift to wrestling, he's absolutely right. He can come at you 100 different ways. He knows strikes and kicks. He knows suplexes. He knows submission holds. He knows high flying attacks. He is a complete package in the ring.
Excellent ground wrestler, excellent hardcore wrestler if he wants to be. He can do it all.
Certainly, we've seen him on television in cage matches, Ultimate X matches. He's run the gamut. But right now, facing one of IWC's finest in Larry Sweeney, looking to get back into the Super Indy title picture and a spot in Super Indy 8. And Sweeney discussed the competition already set. Too Cold Scorpio, Davey Richards. I think Joey Ryan is in the mix as well. We got a lot of big stars from all over the country, all over the world, that want to be part of IWC Signature Tournament. The 8 spots in that tournament, so coveted.
So we got look attack. You'll remember the last time we saw Christopher Daniels, again over a year ago, he actually did have a bad shoulder that Larry Sweeney seems to have remembered and is kind of attacking over and over again here. Pretty smart wrestling from Larry Sweeney.
Well, if there could be an injury there, he's going to try and find out. Now, a year of rehab, that injury may still not be relevant, but it's worth taking a shot.
Well, if there's not an injury, Sweeney's dead set on creating it.
Yeah, but if that doesn't work, there's always the poke to the eye.
I figured you'd go that route.
Why not? It's a lot easier than trying to hit a moss-covered three-handle flying crab.
Well, how does a chin lock suit you?
It's okay. It's no poke to the eye.
Sweeney trying to neutralize the fallen angel, keep him on the ground. Smart strategy by the sweet and sour one.
Here, let me take off your glasses.
Oh, get out of here. Be professional for once in your life.
I am completely professional. Mr. Poopy Pants.
Crowd getting behind Fallen Angel here.
Daniels back to the vertical base. That's step one. Now trying to break the grasp. He's got it done. Daniels, a young veteran of over a decade. And Daniels with an explosion of offense. But Sweeney
Telegraphed that too much.
stuck the head too early and got planted with an Arn Anderson-like gourd buster.
Just dropped him right on his forehead.
That's the old school style of Larry Sweeney coming. Straps her down. You know what that means.
It's on.
Business is about to pick up, correct?
There you go. That works.
There you go.
Much to the chagrin of Daniel, who just got his bell rung by Larry Sweeney.
I watched my old Jerry Lawler matches.
Good job. And Sweeney bending away at the neck of Daniels. And you can imagine, with Sweeney putting all of his weight over top of Daniels and torquing down, you can imagine the pressure that's being put on Daniels' upper body right now.
It's actually a great hold. You're looking at, he's working the neck, he's working that shoulder again, which, we don't know if he's still injured or not. And, then you follow up with a stop to the midsection right there. Welcome back to wrestling, Christopher Daniels.
And Sweeney is keeping the pace very basic and very mat-based, and that plays to his strength. Daniels with a back body drop. Sweeney is not about high-risk maneuvers or complex reversals. He's about showing off, and then in the meantime doing a little bit of wrestling as well. But he can sure as hell wrestle. And Daniels has found that out the hard way with a leg lariat by the Fallen Angel. Takes down Sweeney.
Oh, big high knee.
Right in the sternum, follow through, death belly driver, perfectly done. Could this be all? No, Sweeney gets the shoulder up.
And you can tell Christopher Daniels showing a little bit of ache in that trapezius shoulder area.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second, going for the Angel's wings, but Sweeney stomps on the toes.
Smart.
Very smart. Great strategy here. Oh. Neckbreaker DDT combo. That could be all here. Two-ender. And again, Daniels kicks out now. Daniels knows the stakes here. He knows what it's like to be in the Super Indy hunt. He never won the championship despite years of attempting to. Daniels could be on the road to a possible Super Indy title reign right now. And I stress could be, because you could never, ever count out Larry Sweeney. 12 large elbow, counter. Daniels has Sweeney. And almost in Flair-like fashion, Sweeney gets dumped from the top rope. The Uranagi, and it may be time. The BME, best moonsault ever! Will it be all? Will it be enough?